Hi everyone. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to upload rosters from your gradebook onto Mastery Connect so that you don't have to input every student ID and student name individually. You can actually just streamline it and upload a couple rosters and you'll have all of your students on your tracker. So in order to do that, feel free to pause this video if at any point you need to switch to your desktop and make sure that you're doing the steps as I'm doing them, and then you can press playback on the video as well. And you'll also need the gradebook open on your computer, as well as a browser window that just has the Mastery Connect home page opened up. So we're going to start actually at the gradebook, and I have my first block selected here, and I'm just going to go over to the reports screen, or the reports tab, and I'm going to double click that. And then I'm going to double click on the student roster report. So this is probably what comes up initially. You'll have just all these different options. And what you'll want to do is for output type, you'll select export or CSV. You'll have student name and student number checked. You're also going to check blank 1. So down here you can actually change the order of where these columns are. So it has student name, then student number, then blank 1. We're going to want to organize this a little bit different way. So you can click and drag the student number to the first column, and then you'll click and drag the blank 1 to the second column. So that student name is actually the last column. So we have to organize this so that we can upload it correctly onto our tracker. Once your report kind of looks like this, you're going to actually click Run Report, and you're going to open report. So you leave it open, and you'll open this in a Microsoft Excel. As soon as you have that Excel document open, you'll notice you have the student number here, the blank column here, and the student name column here. What you're going to do is you're actually going to select, I'm going to extend this just a little bit so we can see it, but you're going to select all of your students' names. So you can do that one of two ways. You can click and drag all the way down, or you can click once, hold the shift key, and then press down on the arrow keys a bunch all the way down until you get to your last name on your roster. So once you've gotten all of your roster names selected, you're then going to move up to the top and you're going to click Data. So up at the top there, Home, Insert, all those things. You'll click Data, and then you'll click Text to Columns. This little wizard will come up, and you'll actually just initially click the Next button. Then the only important thing that you need to do is you also need to check this box right here that says comma. You just need to check that box, and you'll see right now all of a sudden it's split this data, the names, into last name column and a first name column. So you'll click Next, and then you'll click Finish. What you should see now is a blank Excel document that now has four different columns. You've got your number, your blank, your last name, and your first name. So I'm actually going to click up here on this D, and what that's going to do is actually going to select this entire column so that has all of my first names. Then I'm going to go to Home, and I'm going to go to Cut. So I'm going to cut, and actually I'm going to paste this, and I'm going to select B. So I'm going to paste this into column B. So now I've got the entire column B selected. I'll go back to Home, and I'll paste it there. So now we've got a document that's an Excel that has the number, first name, and last name all in columns. So this report is all set to go. So now I'm going to save it. So I'm going to go File, Save As, and I'm just going to save this on my desktop. And I've already made a little folder here that says Student Rosters, and I'm going to name this Block 1. So as you can see, I've saved it. It's Block 1. It's all set to go. If this is going to pop up, you're going to want to click Yes. Now that we have our roster file all set up, we're actually now going to import that into Mastery Connect. So I'm going to go back over to my browser that I have the window open with the Mastery Connect homepage on it, and I'm going to roll up here to Mastery Tracker, and I'm going to click on that button. Now in the grade level meetings, we were hopefully able to set up at least one class, one tracker. So you're ultimately going to have one tracker for each one of your blocks or each one of your classes. So if you don't have anything here, you'll need to go to click Add Tracker and follow the steps to create a tracker for one of your classes. But for now, I'm going to click on the one that I have already set up here. It's Block 1, which is the one that I want to import this file into. So I'm going to click Block 1. And in the grade level meeting, we actually probably you might have entered one student by hand. So you typed in that student's name. So I've got this student right here, and they actually randomly assign an ID number to that student if you don't type one in. So this ID number isn't correct. So I'm going to go ahead and just delete this student completely because I'm going to upload my entire roster in a second. So I'm going to click on this little trash can here. I'm just going to delete this student, and that's totally fine. So I'll click OK here. And then as soon as you do that, it should automatically prompt you to add more students. So instead of typing in the student information, what you're going to do is you're going to click Import CSV. And so now you're going to come over here and you're going to click Choose File. And you should now be able to find in wherever you saved your roster file, you should be able to find that file. So I saved it on my desktop under Student Rosters. So I'm going to open up that folder and open up this file. And so now you can see it's uploading this block1.csv file that I've saved. And I'm going to click Import Students. And in just a few seconds, all of a sudden we should be able to see that all of my students have been imported, and you can see their last name, comma, first name, and their correct student ID. So that's the ID number they will bubble into a bubble sheet, or they'll type in if you're taking a computer assessment. So that's their number, that's their personal CMS ID number. And so if you look, I can edit this. You can check first name, last name, and student ID number. So I'll just go back up here, X out of that box, and as you can see, now you've got an entire class all set. So in order to do the other classes, I would do the same thing starting with my gradebook. I would have to have created my other trackers here. Then I'd go back to my gradebook, click on my second block class after I re-enter my password, and then create another report doing the same thing just like I've done, and you can follow those same steps. Do that for all of your blocks, and you should have all of your students' names imported into your Mastery Connect. Please feel free to email me if you have any questions or are confused at all. I'd love to help you out. Otherwise, enjoy using Mastery Connect.